The top Swedish hockey league is called the SHL, and it's one of the best hockey leagues in the world. The league attracts some of the best imports in Europe, and for locals it's a road to the NHL. Everything about the league is NHL-like, from the state-of-the-art facilities to the world-class coaching. There's a great attendance average of over 6,000 people per game, and there's some outstanding organizations in the league which bring up NHL prospects year by year as they let them play in the pro teams already at a very young age, which is great for their development. Our next interview is with Lucas Raymond from Sweden. Lucas played for the SHL team of the Frölunda Indians for the last season. It's gonna be very interesting to hear from his experience, as he's been playing for the Frölunda Indians for his entire youth and junior career, which is one of the best junior organizations in the world. He is now one of the best NHL prospects, as he's ranked top 10 in the upcoming NHL draft. Hello Lucas, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, our first question will be, explain how you grew up, how you started playing hockey, and how you entered the organization of the Frölunda Indians.
I've always grown up playing hockey since I was 3 years old. Spent a lot of time at the rink watching the older guys, getting to play with them and stuff like that. So I grew up playing hockey most time of my life, and I always played for Frölunda, which is a big team. So always played tough games in good tournaments and facing other good teams as well. So a lot of hockey growing up.
So as you grew older and you hit maybe the age of 16, you started coming to the more competitive teams of the Frölunda Indians. Was this a big change from one team to the other, or was the change more gradual from each age group to the next?
I think it was more gradual. I guess I've always played with the older guys since I was a little kid. So when the time came to play with the men's team, it was of course a dream come true, getting to play for the men's team in the team that you grew up playing. So it was, of course, it's a big transition. I think playing in a men's league is a big difference from juniors. But it worked out good, and Frölunda has a good system as well, which made it easier.
Yeah, so we know that Frölunda is known worldwide for being one of the best junior programs in the world. What do you think that they do so well in the junior program?
I think the Swedish league is the junior Swedish league is it's high quality. It's a lot of good players, and it's a very well structured league where the teams are extremely professional, and it's a lot of good guys, older guys as well. So it's a really good league, and I think the structure is what sets it apart from other junior leagues.
Yeah, and in the last season you really turned pro, leaving the junior team for the SHL team. What do you think are the biggest differences from being a junior hockey player or a pro hockey player in the SHL?
Well, it's a lot of things, the way that you play on the ice, but also things around off the ice, how to behave in the locker room with older, mature, professional guys. But I think on the ice, it's a big difference in the way that each guy plays. Most of the guys in the league have played for a while and knows different tricks, and it's a lot of structure. Every team is having their own structure and they are following it very strictly as well. So I think the biggest part is probably, and the defensive part, how hard it is to get scoring chances and odd man rushes and stuff like that. So the defensive part is a big difference.
In the last years, you've been followed a lot by NHL scouts and scouts of any league. How does that work? Do they contact you, interview you? Yeah, tell us about that experience.
Yeah, I had good communication with a lot of teams and talked to them, and describe my personal life, how I see myself as a player and stuff like that. And like you're saying, I've looked forward for the draft a while now, and during the season I didn't really think about it because I had to be fully focused on what I'm going to do on the ice with Frölunda. So now that the season has ended, unfortunately a bit earlier, I'm looking forward to the draft and really really am hopeful.
How is it to be a pro hockey player in the SHL? Is there a lot of travel? And do you have time for anything but hockey?
Yeah, it's like you say, it's a lot of travel, far trips sometimes, road trips, and you are away a lot. Fortunately, Frölunda is a good organization, and we can fly. We often fly when it's longer trips. But it's like you say, we are away for a while sometimes on the road trips and stuff like that. But I think it works good because we were able to move around so quick and easy. So you still get time to be at home and relax as well. So I think Frölunda has a good system that we use when we travel, and it really works. So I'm glad for that as well.
So you mentioned that the biggest thing to change from the juniors to the pros is the tactics. Do you also see a difference between the U18 levels and the U20s, and maybe also the U18 World Juniors and so on?
I think that's a smaller step. I think the biggest difference is probably the size. A lot of things can happen around that age. People could quickly become bigger and stronger. So I think that's probably the biggest difference between those junior leagues, that the size could be bigger sometimes and the guys could be stronger and faster. But I think structure-wise is pretty equal between junior leagues. But I think it's a much bigger step to the men's league for sure.
Yeah, so did you have an agent that took care of everything but the hockey so that you can just focus on practicing and getting better?
Yeah, now when the season is ending, I'm having mostly direct contact with NHL teams, but my agents are helping me a lot, trying to keep me focused on the main thing, which is hockey. So they're helping me a lot, setting up meetings and getting teams in contact with me as well. So they help me a lot for sure.
So that was it from our part. Thank you so much, Lucas. It was great to talk to you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was it for Lucas Raymond. We wish him the best of luck for the upcoming NHL draft, and we also hope to see him play very soon in the NHL.